Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to another seasonal episode of Crusnik Sanctuary. At the time of this recording, the Rising 2023 event has been going on for at least 2, maybe 3 weeks now. The last dregs of adventurers who haven't done it yet are still gathered around here, but I've already gotten my mount and I've gotten settled into place. So there was one other video I wanted to do before the Rising 2023 ended. So we're here back in the Gold Court, where the Letter Forest is situated. And we are going to be reading off each of the letters that are here in the forest. So, oh yeah. Alright. Also joining us for this is Arya Stormborn.
I'm invisible.
You're not invisible, Arya.
I am.
No, you're not.
So invisible you forgot that I was here and you didn't plug my mic in.
I just forgot to plug in your mic, that's all.
Are you being so Grumposaurus?
I'm not being Grumposaurus. I just forgot to connect your mic before the episode started.
It's very crabby today.
Bite me.
Later, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Anywhoozy, so let's get on with the letters. So we're gonna go through each and every one of them, starting with talking to this Letter Forest tender. Arya, if you would.
Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement, which folk for the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. If you wish to peruse some letters, I shall be pleased to guide you. Alright,
let's start with the letter. We'll just go down the list. So the first letter is a letter from a message. And I will do the honors of reading this one. Many years have passed since we installed a message board on an unassuming street corner. To see it continue to be utilized by adventurers fills me and my fellow keepers with pride. Like a lodestone, the message board draws people together, and it is our hope that it keeps serving you well as a means to share information. For our humble part, we shall endeavor to maintain the board in good repair while bringing you news that may be of interest. With best wishes, a message board keeper. Arya will read the next letter, which is from a choreographist.
As choreographist, my job is to create movements that convey specific emotions, such as a dancer's performance or Mammoth's adorable gesture. And though I have the honor of contributing my expertise to etiquette manuals, movement cannot be tangibly preserved in the manner that artwork such as paintings can. From the mesmerizing flutter of fabric to the inviting springiness of buzz, it all passes by in an instant. In light of this, if but one of my steps or flourishes occupy a place in your memory, then nothing would make me happier. Movingly yours, a humble choreographist.
I actually do remember a few things that have stuck in my mind. They have done really well with how the characters really react to food and how the food reacts to like pulling it apart and, eating it.
I'll take your word for it.
You didn't notice when Zero pulled apart the booze back in Tertium?
Oh, is that what that was in reference to?
Yeah, that's one of the many references they're talking about.
I thought it was Buzz.
Either or. Anywho, the next letter we'll be doing is from an etiquette manual writer. One lazy afternoon, as I stood by the Aetheryte Plaza, I found myself absorbed by the sight of adventurers whiling away their time, greeting friends who were passing by, practicing a newly learned dance, sitting on a bench and chatting, opening umbrellas when it began to rain, tucking into a loaf of bread when peckish. To the untrained eye, they were doing naught out of the ordinary. I, however, saw the fruits of my life's work, and it warmed my heart. Dreaming of a day when proper social etiquette is practiced by all, be it in a ballroom or otherwise, I shall continue my quest to edify. Courteously yours, an etiquette manual writer. Alright, our next letter will be from a theater set designer.
Dear adventurer, I'm a theater set designer, and one who's said to have much shine for designing unusual props for the stage. Some of my labors of love, it thrilled me to discover, have caught your eye, and become little companions that follow you around, or even modes of transportation. To see my creations for the stage delight you of it, even the oldest ones, delights me in turn, and further motivates me in my craft. In hopes that I can continue to delight you all, I will endeavor to create even more interesting props. Yours in whimsy, a theater set designer.
Alright, the next letter is from a festival committee member. Dear adventurer, I am a festival committee member in charge of decorating the cities during celebrations. While decorations are an oft unremarked part of events, some of you have noticed the little touches we apply, such as stray bombs and romantic snowmen, and it makes our efforts all the more worthwhile. As you continue your adventures, it is our hope that the festive ambience we create throughout the year will provide you with joy and respite both. Mirthfully yours, a festival committee member. The next letter we have is from an architect.
Recently, my fellows and I have been taking ourselves around the Rome, repairing buildings and roads as well as restoring natural landscapes. This we do as part of an initiative to improve the quality of life for adventurers. Yours in a long journey, what little we can do to ease your way we gladly do. Constructively yours, a humble architect.
And now we have a letter from an artisan. You who are reading this, I bid you imagine the countless adventurers who call this world home. I dare say it isn't difficult to do so, for that is reality as it stands. Yet we mustn't take it for granted. What we have now is the culmination of much hard work by full many souls. Souls including your good self. Adventurers breathe life into this world. Each one of you giving rise to a grand tale. And I hope you never forget this. Thank you for taking the time to cast your eyes over these words. Wherever your adventures may lead, may you find happiness. With utmost respect, a nameless artisan. Arya will be reading the letter from a linguist.
Are they cunning? I first set foot in this land 10 years ago. Since then, I've had occasion to meet numerous fine adventurers like yourself. Many languages exist, and they sometimes act as a wall that divide us. The world, however, is a place where we might transcend that wall and come together in unity. Each and every day, you and yours find various ways to forge bonds. In so doing, you gain access to a new world as seen through different eyes, and that is what makes life endlessly fascinating. As you carry on adventuring, I pray that you will be blessed with many such enriching encounters. Yours in understanding and unity, a humble linguist.
Alright, I will be taking over for the letter from a citizen. Dear adventurer, during the calamity, for a long time afterwards, there was nary a smile to be seen upon faces. Now, however, I often see you and yours walking happily through the city, and it never fails to warm the heart. In my mind, you are the symbols of a new era. No one can say what the future holds, but when I see your smiles, I am reassured that somehow all will be well. Sincerely yours, a humble citizen. The letter from a theater director will be done by Stormborn.
I used to be an adventurer, but in the course of my travels I developed the urge to recreate for others the sense of marvel that I was experiencing. One thing led to another, and I eventually became a theater director. My role is to produce spectacular theater, and nothing is more gratifying than to receive praise from the audience. For a long time to come, I hope to continue creating memorable adventures to share with everyone. Yours in imagination and wonderment, a humble theater director.
The next letter is one from an advertising scribe. As an advertising scribe, I create notices for events and products that you see posted to message boards. Such information isn't exactly essential for adventuring, but I consider it a job well done if people are aware of their options. And I'll keep striving to deliver information that may be of interest to adventurers. Thank you always for your kindness and compassion. Communicatively yours, a humble advertising scribe. The next letter is from a guide.
In all things, it's nice to be able to make changes to better suit your tastes. But by the same token, the more choices one has, the more difficult it is to decide what to do. We began posting guides on the message board as a way to answer questions from adventurers. Before we knew it, we had surpassed 200 items. We couldn't have kept at it for long. We couldn't have kept at it for long without your invaluable feedback. It makes us truly happy when we hear that we could help solve your problems even in some small way. Encouraged by your praise and driven by your requests, we'll keep working hard to serve you. Should you have any comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate hearing from you. Informatively yours, a humble guide.
The next letter is from a gatekeeper. All who set forth must invariably pass through the entrance. While most will not spare the place a second thought, we gatekeepers think of naught else, day in and day out. Our solemn duty is to ensure that all adventurers can enter unhindered, and this entails keeping signs in good repair and pesky fiends at bay. We're especially attentive when we throw open all entrances at once following large-scale maintenance. Inspired by the eager expressions you wear as you set forth anew, we will continue performing our task to the best of our ability. Vigilantly yours, a humble gatekeeper. The next letter is from a playwright.
A stirring story needs a formidable antagonist. One who stands in the protagonist's way and causes them sadness and suffering. When the heroes finally overcome that foe, they will know the joy that is as sweet as their struggles were bitter. Those who share in that joy will go on to become friends, their bond transcending age, station, and nations. In order to create such depressing lows and soaring highs, I will strive to conceive more compelling antagonists. Dramatically yours, a humble playwright.
Next up is a letter from a theater composer. As someone who composes music for the stage, nothing pleases me more than to hear that you are moved by my work. I am also humbled to receive your words of appreciation for the concerts we do and the orchestrated roles we play. You are my motivation, spurring me to continue composing music that brings the story to life. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yours in the melody, a humble theater composer. Next up is a letter from a theater sound designer.
From swords slashing to armor clinking, from water running to leaves rustling, I have the pleasure of recreating for the stage the various sounds that can be heard throughout the world. It's a challenge and a thrill to produce these sounds, and we draw inspiration from the knowledge that they are heard and appreciated by many. However, as sounds of a play isn't limited to that which we ourselves create. No, they also encompass those made by the audience and the players. It is a collaboration between us, a joint performance, and it is my hope that we can continue filling the world with sound together. Acoustically yours, a humble theatre sound designer.
The final letter is a letter from an adventurer. I'm but a faceless adventurer, one of those who have been in the business for a while without standing out. Recently, menacing towers appeared across the land, in the wake of which frightening phenomena broke out. The final days or some such. I don't know how you fared during that time, but if truth be told, it was a little overwhelming for me. Gods know I struggle to get by even without apocalyptic threats to worry about. So many things don't go the way I hope, and I often find myself frustrated and discouraged. Full many times I've wanted to give up, turn away from everything and everyone. But every time, there has been something that has saved me. Be it an awe-inspiring view or a kindly stranger, something has given me the strength to take another step. So come what may, I intend to carry on as far as my path leads. I won't surrender. And I pray that neither will you. Yours in perseverance, a faceless adventurer. So many encouraging letters to sort through. Still warms my heart to be able to play this even after 10 years. But anyways, that pretty much closes out all of the Letter Forest letters. And with that, closes out our coverage of the Rising 2013, yeah. Whoops, not 2013. Wow, I am off.
I know this game is 10 years old, but, you know, this isn't the year that the game started.
I'm sorry, it's been a day. Anyway, that concludes our coverage of the Rising 2023 event. With that being said, that's going to be it for this seasonal series of Crusnik Sanctuary. Thank you to Arya Stormborn for helping us read a few.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for watching. We hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you're watching on Twitch and you like this show, click the follow button, turn on notifications so you're well informed, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're watching on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch the full special event playlist. And click here to watch the next special event when it comes out. Next time.